Welcome to this tutorial of how to create a zombie shooter game on the Scratch platform. You're going to learn how to set up the game screen basics, and then you're going to learn how to code the hero and its weapon. You're going to learn how to code the zombie hordes that are attacking the hero, and you'll also learn how to keep a score and code the lives. Finally, you'll learn how to code the sound within the game, and also how to code the success and the game over section. So let's get started. And I'd love to know what you guys think, so please do leave your comments below. Right, our first step is, let's get rid of this cat. We're going to click on the trash can. Click on yes to get rid of him, and then move on to the backdrops. Bottom right hand corner here, click on paint for the backdrop. In here we're going to choose a color that looks more kind of graveyardy, sickening grass. Let's convert that to bitmap, and then we can just fill in the color. I'm not quite sure I like that color there, so let's give it a more brown color. There we go. I'm happy with that one. Now to create our hero, I'm going to hover over the choose a sprite menu. I'm going to click on paint. That takes us into the editor. I'm going to click on circle, and I'm going to hold down my shift button for my Apple Mac. If you're using Windows, please use shift and alt. That helps me to create a regular circle. Note I've got it on a size of 10 up here. I'm going to give it a fill of white. It's already on the white here. And then I'm going to just zoom in and make sure that the object is centered on the crosshairs. I'm then going to give it 2 arms. Click on the line there. Arm number 1. Arm number 2. We can adjust those very slightly. And then I'm going to create the gun as well and put the gun into his hand. Give the gun a fill of white so that it stands out again, and then click on convert to bitmap. Done. That's our hero. Let's create our bullet. I'm going to click on paint for a new sprite, and then I'm going to just choose circle and change the color to red for a burning bullet flying through the air. I'm going to zoom in and create a small circle, and then hover that over the crosshairs, and that's our bullet. And then finally click on convert to bitmap. Let's get started on the code. Click on the top left hand corner, code. Now here we're just going to hide the bullet. We don't need to see that right now. That'll come back into play later. We'll give it a name, bullet. We'll click on sprite, our hero, and give it a name of hero. Now choose events when green flag clicked. Choose control forever. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get our character to move at any time. Click on if then. Go down to sensing and choose key space pressed. We're going to change that to the right arrow. If the right arrow is pressed, then motion, we're going to change X by 5, and that's moving to the right. What about moving to the left? For that, I'm just going to hold my control button down, and we're going to click on duplicate. So now I'm going to choose right arrow, I'm going to change that to left arrow, and I'm going to change X by -5. Let's put that inside the forever control. and then we'll give that a go by clicking on the green button here, and as we can see now, our character can move left and right. What about moving up and down? So now again we'll go to Control, If Then, we'll click on Sensing, if key pressed, we'll change that to the up arrow, we'll go to Motion, click on Change Y by 5. I'm going to duplicate that. Here I'm going to click on the down arrow, change that by -5, and I'm going to put that inside. Okay, we're nearly finished on that one now. Now, finally, go back to Motion, and I'm going to click on Point Towards Mouse Pointer. And that way, the character is always going to be pointing towards my mouse cursor. Let's give it a go. So now you can see we can move the character up and down the screen diagonally. Great, I'm happy with that. Let's get our character firing the bullet now. Click on Events. Click on When Green Flag is clicked. Go to Control. Click on Forever. What we're going to do is get our hero to fire the bullet every time the mouse is clicked. Click on If Then. If the mouse is clicked, sensing. If the mouse is clicked, if mouse down, then we are going to create a clone of the bullet. So many bullets are going to be created every time the mouse button is clicked. Now, there's something missing from this. We're going to come back to what that is in a moment. Okay, so now here we are at the bullet. There are two things that we need to do here. Firstly, we need a when green flag clicked, and secondly, we need a when I start as a clone. When clicked, we need to, at the beginning of the game, we need to make sure the bullet is hidden. But when the bullet is released, so now we need to show the bullet when that clone is brought into being. So show the clone, and then the clone is going to start at the hero. So go to the hero, and we're going to point the bullet in the same direction as the hero. Go to Sensing. Change stage to hero. Change X position to direction. Then we're going to launch the bullet into action. We're going to move that bullet 20 steps. Now we need to go to Control, and we're going to make sure the bullet keeps on moving until it hits the edge. When it hits the edge, it's going to move a little bit more just to get it off the edge, and then we're going to make sure that clone is deleted. Right, earlier I said there was some code missing on another section. Let's find out why. You'll find out this hero is not working fantastically just yet. Okay, here we go. The clone bullet is firing every 0.1 seconds. That's not good. It makes the game far too easy. So now let's go back to hero. And what we're going to do, we're going to click on wait. We're going to put a wait 0.5 seconds between the launching of each bullet. Right, so now our gunman is firing one bullet every half a second. Looking much better. Time to create the zombie hordes. Let's go to choose a sprite, paint, And we're going to choose a green color. I think this green here will do fine. Choose the circle. The border is set to 10 again. Hold down the shift button. Again, if you're Windows, shift and alt. I'll make the zombie a bit smaller than the hero. Let's just drag that zombie onto the crosshairs there. Zoom in a little bit, and let's give the zombie some arms. Give it a quick tidy up, and we're done. Let's go back to code. Give the zombie sprite 1 a name, call it zombie. Before we start coding the zombie, we need to step back a bit. So let's go back to the hero. And here we're going to create some variables for the hero. We're going to give him some lives and also a score. Now here you can see I've already created them, but I'm going to show you how to do that yourself. We're going to click on make a variable, type in lives, and you're going to click on for all sprites and then OK that. And then again, you're going to click on make a variable, you're going to type in score for all sprites, and you're going to click on OK for that. Make sure that both of these are now checked. Once they're checked, you will see they actually appear over here. And now we need to set the data into action. We're going to drag the set lives over, and again, and we change one of those to score. So now we've got set score to 0 and set lives to, let's give our hero a lives of 3. So if I click on start, we can now see the lives are set to 3. Next, still on our hero, click on when green flag clicked, control, we're going to get a forever button. We're going to get an if our character is attacked by a zombie. So if they are touching the zombie, then our character is going to lose some hit points, some life. So change lives by -1. It'll take another half a second for our zombie to attack the hero again. So then we changed the seconds here to 0.5 before the hero can lose another life point. Now let's decide the conditions for death if our character dies. Click on events. When clicked, death can happen at any time, so it's always going to be true. It's going to happen on a condition. So if our character's lives are less than 0, click on variable, choose lives, then the character is going to say, well, you could decide this. I die. If the character dies, then we're going to have a control of stopping other scripts in this sprite. And now the condition for success. Click on if then. If our score is greater than, let's keep it down to 10 for now for testing, but you can make this 100, you can make it 1,000. Variables, if the score is greater than 10, or greater than 100, or greater than 1,000, then say success. Let's put our zombie into action. So on the control menu, we're going to start off with when I start as a clone. we're going to bring the zombie into being. So click on show, and then we're going to start on a starting position. So we're going to go to motion, and we're going to go to an X and Y coordinate. The X coordinate is going to be 240, which is the far right of the screen. But we're going to make the Y coordinate into a random. So our hero is not going to know where the zombie is appearing from. We're going to make it starting at 200 at the very top of the screen to minus 200 at the bottom of the screen. Our zombie is going to keep moving forward, so we're going to have a repeat until it's been shot, or repeating until it's actually touching a bullet. So the zombie is going to move very slowly. We'll give it a speed of 2. These creatures don't move very fast. And we're going to point the zombie in the direction of the hero. On the chance that it actually has been touched by a bullet, well, the zombie has now been blown up, we're going to change the score by 1. And then we're going to delete that zombie. It's dead. Next, we're looking at the conclusion of the game now. What happens at the very end? So, we need to click when I start as a clone. The zombies can either win or lose the game. That can happen at any time. We choose forever. Let's have a look at the zombies winning, which means our character now has died. If the lives of the character, the hero, are less than 0, then we are going to stop all the scripts. Our zombies have won the game, the character is dying, and the zombies are crowding around him. Second condition, if the character has won, the hero has won, so the hero now has more than 10 in the score, or 100, or 1,000, that's your choice. Then we are going to remove all the zombies, click on hide. We're then going to stop the script because our hero has now won. And we're going to delete the clone. Delete all the clones. And that's it. That's the end. Next, we have the final part, which is adding the code for the sound. There are 4 sounds we need. The hero wins, the hero dies, the sound of the bullet, and the zombie dies. Let's get those sounds. We need to put each sound into each sprite. Firstly, in the zombie, I'm going to click on sounds, search the sound, and I'm going to type in snap. We need 3 sounds for our hero, and the first one is cheer for when he wins. The second sound is ricochet when he fires the gun. And the third sound is lose when he dies. Here we are in our final section. I've clicked on sound. We're going to bring across play sound and play sound on losing, and then also play sound on success. Lastly, click on play sound, and we're going to choose ricochet for when he fires the bullet. And finally, click on zombie. Play sound, snap. You now have a working game, and I'll see you in the next video. And don't forget to subscribe.